Hello, everyone. Welcome to the North Star Sports Talk podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Connor.
And I'm Carter.
And today, this is our first episode, so, we're going to be talking about the Timberwolves.
Yes, sir. Timberwolves currently 5th in the West. They've had a long way to get there, though.
Yep. It's been a long season, and, we're only halfway, so we got a long way to go, but, I don't know. Anything can happen. If what happened last year happens, then, we're in for an exciting finish because last year the Wolves really turned it up after the All-Star break. So
that's true. And they only got to the number 6 seed, and then they went on a playoff run. So you never know. We don't even need to be a top seed to contend. Legitimately, we could go to the conference finals again, no matter what seed we are.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree because, the Wolves, their trend is they'll turn it up in the playoffs. Ant will absolutely show up and score like 40 a game, basically, and then win in 5 games against a decent team.
That's true. Speaking of Ant, look at him right now. Front runner for Clutch Player of the Year. How have you seen him improve in the clutch this season compared to past seasons?
Last year he was a big clutch player. Especially in the playoffs, he had a lot of clutch moments. But really this year I feel like he's turned it up just like double at least. It's like almost every game if there's like a clutch time moment in the game, like if it's like a 5-point game with like 5 minutes left, he'll like really turn up and just like score on almost every possession. It's insane. I think he's shooting. I got to look up the stat to confirm, but I think I saw a stat the other day. He was shooting like over 50% in the clutch.
That is true, yeah. I saw that stat as well, and there was like nobody near him. He was in a league of his own for clutch efficiency, whether that's, 3-pointers, 2-pointers, like anything. If he's shooting it in the clutch, it's a better chance it goes in than any other player in the league this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I'm looking up right now, the exact percentage, but until then, talk about like the All-Star break. So I know Ant played in the All-Star break. So yeah, give the audience a little bit of synopsis of the All-Star break.
For those who didn't watch the All-Star break, our own man, Anthony Edwards, he got All-Star MVP. He's the first Timberwolf to do that since Kevin Garnett, back a couple decades ago. And man, he just went off. He would took over every game. He beat the world team. He beat the other U.S. team. Took his team to a big dub. And, we saw Cat dominate in the All-Star game a couple years ago. He didn't get All-Star MVP, but, you love to see the Wolves players representing in the All-Star game. Ant was the only one this year for us, and he made his presence felt. He was hitting threes. He was dunking. He was doing everything he could for his team. And, even though some might call it a meaningless game, that's some hardware. Hardware is hardware nonetheless, and Anthony Edwards, he really brought that. You finding the stat?
Yeah, I actually just found the stat. So in Edwards' 19 clutch games this season, he's shooting an absurd 59.2% from the field.
Holy cow.
With a true shooting percentage of 69.6%.
Now that is efficiency right there.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's still a long time to go, so he could drop in the clutch, but it's still insane that it's up to this point and he's still going off. It's true. It's crazy.
Even just watching game by game in the clutch time, you might think, well, yeah, Edwards has been great so far, but he could drop this game, and he just doesn't. He just keeps making shots in the clutch. And so although, he could fall, I don't really see it happening because he's just been consistently good. It's not just a couple games that are putting him up front. He's been good every game in the clutch. Recalling back to that game against OKC where he hit that game-winning three. It would have been the game-winning three over, was it Cason Wallace? Was
one of
their defenders. And, just seeing that's an incredible shot that not a lot of players would make, especially in the clutch. And you just see that clutch gene take over for him.
Yeah, absolutely. that was insane. I remember I was watching that game live, and I worked that game, and then we always leave after the third quarter, so I didn't get to stay till the end. But I was watching it on TV, and just like it was insane. Like that shot was nuts. The step back, three was on the money with no rim or anything, just straight wet. It was crazy.
For sure. Hey, well, we talked about Anthony Edwards a little bit. How about their number 2 player? How do you think Julius Randle's been doing this season?
He's been up and down, low key. I don't know. I mean, some games he'll be insane. Like he had that one like 40-point game like just a couple weeks ago, I think, and that was insane. That was like right before the All-Star break, I think.
Yep.
And yeah, that was nuts. But like I think he's been decent for us, but I don't know. I feel like by the end of the season, if we trade him, I wouldn't be like super upset. I don't know.
Sure.
Unless he just like absolutely turns it up in the second half.
You know, the first half of the season, you know, he was looking like an all-star. He was doing really well. Well, I wouldn't say of the season. First half before the All-Star break, he was, you know, I think he was averaging 22, 24 points per game and shooting at a high efficiency. And he's just kind of cooled off lately. Yeah, he had that 40-point game. He had a triple-double, I think, the night before that 40-point game. But honestly, with a team with Ant and a team that's a contender, is Julius Randle like a true number 2 star? And if not, who is going to be our number 2 star?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if like he's like our number 2 star. I don't know, cuz I mean, I think he's good in the role that he plays in the games. Like, I mean, he's got that bully ball mentality. I mean, if he gets like in the post, he can really just bully someone to the hoop and just get whatever he wants basically. But it also depends on the game. I mean, I think he's also up and down. He's a little like inconsistent sometimes. But I don't know. I feel like if we were to like have a number 2 star that like wasn't him, and this could also lead into talking about this man, Jaden McDaniels he has been very, very like clutch for us this season. I think he's been playing his role perfectly. I mean, especially you've seen in the last like few games, he's been going off. So yeah, talk a little bit about Jaden McDaniels. So what have you seen from him?
All right, yeah, especially last night's game. For those who didn't watch that game, Jaden McDaniels, he had 5 blocks, he had 6 rebounds, he shot 5 for 6 from 3, and he was our second leading scorer. And he was just unstoppable. He was hitting threes, he was dunking, he was doing pretty much everything on that court that he wanted to. And, you know, just seeing that as his potential and that he has that high ceiling, I could easily see him being our number 2 for a very long time. But again, it's just that consistency. Julius Randle, he's a little bit inconsistent. McDaniels, he's always great defensively, but, you know, he still needs to get better consistently on offense, especially like the mid-range, the threes, all that kind of stuff.
And by the way, the game that he was talking about, Jaden McDaniels' game, was on February 24th. For those of you who are listening to this, February 24th, Jaden McDaniels, went off and had that last-minute dunk. Insane. So, yeah, if you haven't seen that highlight, I recommend going and watching it. So,
oh, for sure. Bounces it off the court to himself, slams it down. That's kind of the exclamation point on the game. It was insane.
Yeah, absolutely insane. But yeah, we've talked about a few players. Now let's kind of move on to the team as a whole. So this season, I mean, there's definitely been a lot of up and downs throughout the season so far. The first half, I mean, the Wolves, like, they started off like very up and down. They were around 500 for a while. Then they went on like a huge 7-game winning streak or something, and then like they were almost like top in the league. They were like close to like top in the league. Although, well, no, not top in the league because the Thunder exist, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
But they had a really good record, and then they kind of like fell off a little bit. They went on like another like 4-game losing streak, and then they went on like another 3-game winning streak. It's definitely been up and down.
For sure.
That's definitely been inconsistent. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess like I said, we'll see how the rest of the season ends up. But usually, I mean, if it's been like the past few seasons, like I said earlier in the podcast, then we should be in for a treat because the Wolves tend to have a second half of the season waking up call and just absolutely go off for like a 8-2 record in 10 games or something.
That is true. And what are they? 2-1 since the All-Star break? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because we won the first game, lost the second, and then have we even played?
No, we lost to the Sixers, and yeah, we just beat the Trailblazers. So
and then we beat the Mavericks first game back.
That was
that's
our
right.
first game.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. And for those who didn't watch the game against the Sixers, we got crushed, but we had Rudy Gobert, who was suspended for that game, and Naz Reid was dealing with an injury. So, I mean, when that happens, when you have two crucial pieces out, doesn't always go well for you.
Yeah, no, and Rudy Gobert is huge on defense too, so that definitely hurt us. Rudy Gobert, we still haven't talked about him.
That's true.
He is very underrated in my opinion. He doesn't really produce offensively a lot, but he doesn't necessarily need to, and I think like a lot of the players on the Wolves, he really plays his role well because he's a defensive like machine, and I don't know. I feel like many people give him crap for like just being like, oh, he's has no hands, he can't hold the ball, he's like can't hit free throws, he's terrible like offensively. Well, that's not his role. We don't need him to be crazy offensive because we have Ant and McDaniels and Randall. We have offensive weapons. We don't need him to be an offensive weapon. We need him to be a defensive weapon, which he is, as clearly shown because when he's on the floor, our defense is insane. When he's off the floor, it falls apart. That's another stat I'm going to look up right now, actually, what our defensive stats are on and off the court from Gobert.
Yeah, I mean, even just watching him last night, he's a double-double machine. He put up 10 points, 19 rebounds last night, which, last year he kind of got some slack for not putting in as much effort as he could be rebounding. But this year, he is top 5 in the league in rebounds. And, his hands have gotten quite a bit better. He doesn't just grab the ball, put it down, and get it immediately stolen. Kind of keeps it up high, So it seems like he learned his lesson. And honestly, though that's a small thing, that gives us possessions. And, you see Gobert impacting the little parts of the game.
Yep. Yeah, the Timberwolves with Gobert. Nope, never mind. That's not this season.
Oh.
This season, the Wolves boast a defensive rating of approximately 107.7 to 108.8 with Gobert on the floor, which actually this ranks near the top of the league. But without Gobert, the defense has a significant drop off, rating sometimes exceeding 123 to 136.
Sheesh.
And that's almost league worst. So
yeah,
clearly Gobert absolutely is a game changer on defense. So that's why I think he's completely underrated and people don't give him enough praise for that. I don't know.
Yep. And it's not just, when he's blocking shots. I mean, I see so many players going for a layup and then Gobert's there and they just decide not to. They just, pass it to a contested 3 or something. So it's just those little ways he affects the game that average ball watchers, they don't really notice. And they give him crap for, missing a layup every so often when he actually leads the league in field goal percentage. Not a lot of people know that. But, I mean, he just does his role well. He dunks the ball, he gets rebounds, block shots. I mean, What is there to hate from that?
Speaking of block shots, Jaden McDaniels in yesterday's game, which was on February 24th, he had 5 blocks
That's right.
yesterday. Jaden McDaniels, of all people, not Gobert, or even Wembanyama. Wembanyama has a lot of blocks.
Yep.
But which he's not on the Wolves, he's on the Spurs. But
I wish.
Jaden McDaniels, had 5 blocks. He had 4 blocks in the first quarter alone,
That is crazy.
which is insane. I mean, he'll block shots from time to time, but like not like that. I mean,
Yep.
gosh,
That tied his career high in blocks.
that's insane. So, just had to go on a little side tangent.
Yep. Got to give him his flowers.
Yeah.
He deserves them.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. But where was I? I was talking about Gobert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should move on to the other Wolves big. What you like about Naz Reid this season?
Naz Reid. Yes. Love Naz Reid.
We love him.
Naz, not 2 words. Naz Reid. Yeah. Everyone loves him. He's a classic. He's a fan favorite for sure. But yeah, Naz Reid, I mean, I like his, I feel like his shooting percentage has maybe been a little bit worse this year than last year. I don't know. That's just what I've seen from games, but he's still, I mean, he's front runner for 6th man of the year again. So
That's right. That's always good.
I mean, because he won 6th man of the year, what was it, 2 years ago, I think?
Yep.
And then last year he wasn't as big, but this year he's been big again for 6th man of the year. I mean, he's putting up probably 20 points a game. I got to see what he's been averaging.
Yeah, this year he's averaging 14.2 points per game, which was the same as last year. 2 years ago when he won 6th man of the year, he was averaging 13.5 points per game. So, a 0.7 per game increase. He's also averaging 47% field goal percentage, which is better than last year, and a 39% 3-point percentage, also better than last year. Both are a little bit of a step down from his 6th man of the year season, where he averaged a stunning 41% from 3. But he has also increased his rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. So he's just an all-around better player than he was, even 2 years ago when he won. So I think he's very well deserving of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And he could be a starter on really any other team. But with the Wolves just talent, he's not quite a starter because the Wolves have just so many good players.
Yep.
So yeah, if he went to a team like the Wizards or something, like a bad team, then he would be a starter easily, and
He'd
probably
be a star player too.
Yeah, he probably would be one of their top players. But no, like I said multiple times before in this episode, he plays his role very well for what he does. I mean, yeah, the 6th man coming off the bench, he's amazing. So much love for Naz Reid. I mean, the fans love him, rightfully so. I mean, he's very, very big for us. But what about Dante DiVincenzo? We haven't touched on him yet. So
Dante
DiVincenzo, huge.
Man.
I don't know. I feel like he's been even bigger this year than he was last year. But yeah, what are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I definitely like him a lot more this year than I did last year. Last year, I have to admit I was kind of hating on him because I missed Towns, and I'm like, why'd we get this guy? He's not as good, but he's grown on me. He is averaging almost 13 points per game this year. He only averaged 11.7 last year, so a little bit increase in points. He's shooting about the same from 3, 39%, which is still, a really good 3-point percentage. And overall, he just seems like he's shooting better shots. Sometimes he'll just chuck up some shots and I'll be like, what the heck are you doing? But,
No, yeah.
A lot of them go in and I'm like, thank you. So, I know a lot of Wolves fans, you love him or hate him, but personally, I think Dante is a great point guard and I'm glad to have him this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's been starting late. I mean, because obviously Mike Conley, well, he was left the team for a little bit, and
Yeah.
then now he's back, but he's still not starting, rightfully so, because
Thankfully.
Dante is our starting point guard, and honestly, I don't mind it. I mean, I think he's been good starting. I mean, he does his role well because Ant really is the main ball handler.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, Ant's a shooting guard, but he kind of plays the role of point guard a lot of the time because he handles the ball most of the time. But Dante is very good at like running, like playmaking and running plays and just popping threes out of nowhere. I mean,
Yeah.
Dante will have games where he'll hit like 5 threes. He'll go like 5 for 7 or something, and it's like insane.
Yep. Last night, in fact, he hit 5 threes. He had 19 points, and he had a big dunk at the end too, which the white boy got a little motion on that one. White man can jump apparently.
White man can't jump.
So
Yes.
you'll love to see the energy that he brings to the team. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, absolutely. He brings a lot of energy. But yeah, we have even some of the small players that we have, like we have Bones Highland and newly addition Ayo Dosumu.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's another big topic we can talk about. The trade that happened just 2 weeks ago now.
That's right.
We got the big addition of Ayo Dosumu. We traded away. Who did we trade away?
Traded
for Ayo?
Rob
We
Dillingham,
Yep.
Leonard Miller, and 4 second-round picks.
Yep. that's
Honestly,
right.
looking at it right now, it's looking like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, because Ayo's been big. I mean, his 3-point percentage is like about 50% on the season, which is absurd as well.
Yeah.
So getting another 3-point like lights out shooter is huge for the Wolves. I mean, we already have a team of pretty good shooters, but like just adding Ayo is amazing, and just adding. I mean, he's a point guard too. He comes off the bench for Dante, so that's really big to have 2 crazy like above 50% 3-point shooters.
Yep.
in
Same
this.
with Bones too.
And
all,
Bones,
all
yeah.
3 of those point guards. They're all great 3-point shooters.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, super good. So yeah, so the Io trade was a huge win for the Wolves. It's looking like right now, but we'll see how the rest of the season pans out because, I mean, it's still early.
Yep.
In the trade, so we'll see. But Iowa's definitely been producing for us so far, and
Yeah, he had that one game where he had 21 points. I can't recall what game that was, but I remember him shooting lights out. Give me a second. Do you want to talk about the flip side, how Rob Dillingham's been doing?
yeah. So yeah, Rob for Chicago. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Chicago because he was traded to the Bulls. Yeah, he's been doing well, hasn't he? I haven't been paying like too much attention to him.
Yeah.
But I think he's been good for the Bulls so far. So maybe it'll be one of those trades that's like kind of equal for both teams, where both players perform well in their respective new teams.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah. It was Desumu's second game against Atlanta. Yeah, he had 21 points. He was 9 for 13 shooting. Pretty good efficiency there. And added 3 assists to go with it. So, he's been making plays. He's been averaging some pretty good points for us.
That was the game against the Atlanta Hawks.
That was it.
I was at that game. That was yeah, I saw.
You got to see it live.
Yeah, Io's second ever game, and yeah, he really went off. I remember. That was crazy. The fans were getting really into it. There was a fight too that game. Naz Reid got ejected because he fought with someone, I forgot who. But yeah, there was an ejection. So that was very hype. Fans were definitely loud. That was the loudest I've heard that arena in a little while. So
Yeah, I bet so.
yeah. But yeah, that's about. I mean, we really covered just about everything, I think.
Do we want to? Let's touch on the rookies a little bit.
Yeah, rookies a little. Yeah,
How have you seen Berger impacting the game?
Berger. Yeah,
I mean, he hasn't gotten a ton of playing time, but we could talk about some stuff there.
Yeah, he's been getting more playing time actually this lately. I mean, the past few games he's been. I think he had his first like career start just like a couple games ago because
That's right.
Gobert was out.
Yep.
That was Berger's first career start. So yeah, he's been getting more playing time as the season's gone on, and I like that. I mean, I like that Finch has given him a chance to really learn under Rudy Gobert. I mean, I think that's been big for him. And another French guy because Berenger is from France, and then Gobert is also from France. But yeah, he's been pretty solid. I mean, he's been blocking shots when he's in. I mean, obviously he has a lot of room to develop, but I think he's going to develop into a really good center when Gobert regrettably retires, unfortunately, and like relieves the Wolves or whatever. But yeah, Berenger, I mean, I like his like defensive style too. I think he's going to be a great defender, just like Rudy is. And I don't know. I feel like he's going to learn a lot, and yeah, he's a little mini Rudy Gobert right now. So I think he's been good, and yeah. So touch on our other rookies.
Zikarsky, Rocco Zikarsky.
Yeah, Rocco Zikarsky, another center.
He actually got his first NBA action the other night in our loss against the Sixers. That was when Gobert and Reed were out, and Berenger actually picked up a bunch of fouls pretty fast, so needed another big in there. For some reason, they put Mike Conley in instead of Zikarsky, which I wasn't a fan of. But Zikarsky got his first minutes in garbage time, and there wasn't enough time, to get a good look at him. But I've heard he's been balling in the G League. I think he was in the Rising Stars player pool.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, just getting that development over there will be big. He's a massive guy. I think he's 7'3", 7'4", So if we can put that to good use, if he can develop and find his full potential, it's going to be scary,
Yeah, absolutely.
And even Berenger, that first game he started, he's a very raw talent because he's just 19 years old. And when he was drafted, I remember him talking about, like, he just learned how to play basketball, like, a couple of years ago. So imagine how good this guy's going to be with a couple more years of basketball experience and NBA coaching and mentorship. Even just now, he's blocking shots. He's dunking. He's making layups that Gobert would probably brick or airball. He's a young player, but he's got the fundamentals. And, again, the league should be scared for when he fully develops.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Speaking of Gobert attempted a three the other night.
Ooh.
Remember that? Did you see that?
I do think I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, Gobert attempted a three. Yeah, it was close. It rimmed out. It went off the bank and rimmed out. It was so close. I was like, no. I was like, that would have been his first career three.
I'm gonna go berserk if he makes his first career three, which, I'm manifesting it. I believe he's gonna make it. He shot a couple this season.
He should in his final career game or something. He should just start shooting threes. Just
chuck up 10 threes.
Yeah, just chuck up threes for fun. Because it's his last game anyway, so why not?
In garbage time, he's been attempting a couple, so hopefully he keeps doing that, and maybe one finds its way in.
Yes,
with all the luck he can get.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah.
Well, how are we feeling about the rest of the Wolves' depth? We got Jalen Clark, we got T.J. Shannon. We got Bones. We got some pretty good depth players that, don't get a ton of playing time, but we can appreciate them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you appreciate the depth. I mean, Jalen Clark, he hasn't been playing much lately. Is he injured or is he?
I believe, last game he just didn't get in. It was a close game and they were playing their starters for most of it.
Yeah.
Daniels was going off, so, he didn't really get a chance, but he has been playing, a couple minutes a game here and there.
Clark tends to come in against the Thunder because he's a very good he's a very good defender on SGA.
Yep.
He'll lock him up usually. So yeah, I feel like Finch usually plays him more against certain teams. But which I don't mind either. If he has certain teams that he can really lock up and play good defense on, I don't
great.
mind that.
Yeah. So
our depth. I like our depth. I feel like I don't know. Our bench could definitely be a little bit better, just because our only really bench threat is Naz Reid and, well, now Io Dosumu. But that's really all our bench. But, you know, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're still built. We could still get back to the conference finals again, and will we make it past the Thunder or like whoever we face in the conference finals? I don't know, but
Yeah. Well, talking about the Thunder and talking about depth, last year when we faced the Thunder, Terrence Shannon Jr., he had a career game in the playoffs, and he's been injured most of this year, but he's back now. He got some minutes last night. He had a really nice dunk, cutting to the hoop, putting that thing down. So, he could be another one of those young players that could, shine in the clutch, stand out against the Thunder like Jalen Clark does.
mm-hmm.
It's good to have young players like that who, you see them shine and they have potential, and they just got to unlock that.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely, would agree with that. So, final touches on this episode. Just like, how do you think the rest of the season's gonna go, and just kind of talk about that for a little bit.
Well, looking at this team, and so far out of the All-Star break, when we're healthy and when Gobert isn't suspended, in the 2 games that we've had where that's the case, we've done pretty well. And it wasn't against elite teams, but looking at how this team did last year after the All-Star break gives me a lot of hope. And looking at the standings, and that we're just half a game behind from the 3 seed right now, which is insane. Unless, did that change? I believe that's still the case.
Yeah, I think we are still a half game back from the 3rd seed, which is insane because the West, again, like last year, is super close. So
That's right.
we'll see how that ends up by the end of the season. But we are still a half game out. The Nuggets and Rockets are tied for 3rd. And they're half game ahead of us. So let me check if either of them are playing tonight. We might have more of a switch after tonight because the Wolves aren't playing tonight.
Yep.
But the Rockets are playing and the Nuggets are playing tonight. The Rockets are currently winning against the Kings 64-40 in the second quarter. So that
it's the Kings too. So
they're probably going to win, so we might be a whole game back of them. But the Nuggets play the Celtics tonight at 9.
That'll be a good game.
So that could be close. We could end up being tied with them if the Celtics win that game.
It's true, and the Nuggets haven't been too hot either. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
So they're falling a little bit. If we can get some momentum in this second half of the season, we can easily get up to the number 3 seed.
And a big game. The Pistons and Thunder are playing
right
tonight.
now.
Pistons are currently up 67-61 by the end of this episode. When people listen to this episode, the game will be long over. But but they're playing currently as we're recording this episode.
Could be a potential finals matchup this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the top seed from each conference.
Yep. Although we hope not, because I don't like the Thunder.
No, we're saying Minnesota's going to the finals.
We're Minnesota fans. This is
for sure.
We cannot like the Thunder.
No Thunder love here.
Yeah. But I would agree. I would agree with your answer as well. We'll see how the rest of the season goes, but I'm optimistic as well with how the Wolves have favored in the last couple of years in the second half. So, I'm looking forward to it. But I guess we'll see by the end of the season how we end up and where the standings are. Anything can happen. It's very close. Very, very close in the West right now, and still got a lot of games to go. We still got like 24 or 23 games left. So
that's true. Anything can happen.
Yep. Well, I think that's about all I got. Carter, you don't?
Yeah, I think we covered a lot here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to us ramble about the Wolves.
Yep, absolutely.
Hopefully you guys tune in for our other episodes when we talk about other Minnesota sports teams.
Yes, absolutely. Next episode, we will be talking about the Wild, I believe. And
we might have a special guest on that show.
Yes,
so you'll have to tune in and find out.
Stay tuned for that. Yeah,
Yep.
I think we will have a special guest.
Quinn Hughes coming in. Nah,
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
no, gosh.
we wish.
We wish, yeah. Quinn Hughes, Olympic champion. We'll get into that next episode. But
Yep.
anyway, yeah, thank you for tuning in on this episode of the North Star Sports Talk podcast. And stay tuned for the next episode.